Am I friends with the wind, or will I bend to its whim? I regret to admit I'm just not meant for all this. Finding myself but somehow turn to hiding. I for a spell thought it won't hurt to quit. Think I must have been stripped down to my skeleton wings. Every upcoming sin's already etched on my skin. Finding myself has somehow turned to lying. Telling myself that I deserve to quit. Can't erase my yesterday, or the thoughts that sends my way. It's my time. Gonna learn to fly, fly. I'm not friends with the wind, doesn't matter, I'll make my own breeze. All my feathers will sing along in perfect harmony. My heart is to flutter, even at the clear blue horizon. Now all of my colors decorate the skies above. Can't erase my yesterday, or the stealth that sends my way. It's my time. Gonna learn to fly, fly. I won't erase my yesterday. I won't erase my name from my mistakes. It's my time. I've learned to fly, fly.
Testing, mic check. Cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns, cinnamon buns. Hello, friendos. My name is Nez, and we are once again back at it again for some more Arknights, because today we're gonna be finishing off our story reading of episode 15 of the main theme of Arknights. We're ready to say goodbye, quote unquote, to certain characters that may or may not be leaving the plot. Little recap of everything that happened last time. A lot of bullshit went on Rhodes Island. We're just gonna call them reconveners for now. That is the official Enfield designation that we have for Originium doppelgangers. So, Rhodes Island was invaded by reconveners, by Priestess. The whole ship itself was warping. Our bots were getting corrupted. We had to save them with the help of Freston. All the elite ops of Rhodes Island had to band together for the assault on the Abyss. And then, 5 minutes after aura farming in front of the Abyss entrance, only Amiya, Doc, and Kal'tsit got teleported to the final battlefield. What the fuck was up with that, Hypergriff? Yeah, man, we gathered all of the elite ops. They're ready for the final fight. Oops, never mind. Only the main characters get to go to the final fight. Anyway, Priestess is here. Priestess is on Rhodes Island after a whole lot of other shit with Hierda, and I don't know, convincing her to take up Priestess's cause? Question mark. I don't know. Hierda has been given a choice to choose her own path after getting reconstructed as a reconvener. The original Hierda is dead. This new one is a reconvener, which also got transported to the past and met past Oracle. Priestess, omnipresent and omniscient of both past, present, maybe even the future, traveled all the way from the past to present. Origenium messes with time and space. Also, time to address the elephant in the room. What will happen to Kal'tsit by the end of this event? I've said it once. I've said it twice. I've said it many times. I don't believe Hypergriff has the balls to kill off any playable character permanently. Asterisk. We've had a few. We've already had a few fake outs all throughout Arknights, especially recently. The only playable character that has died on screen and been promptly brought back to life 5 minutes later was Shu. We don't count Iblana because that was a whole can of worms. Unreliable narrators. Iblana, sure, died for the sins of the Terrans. Yeah, whatever, and then came back shortly after. Or so we think. But that doesn't really matter. The important thing is, Hypergriff has never shown that they have the balls to permanently kill off a playable character. However, if there was any playable character to have a meaningful death that would affect the story, the very first character to have that death would 100% be Kal'tsit. Would they do it though? I do not think so. I still don't think they don't have it in them. This is a gacha game first. They're never gonna kill off one of your waifus and husbandos. They need that parasocial attachment. It's the one thing I think Hypergriff needs to come to terms with. I seriously don't think anything permanent will happen to Kal'tsit by the end of this chapter. Because we are Bloodline of Combat believers. As Bloodline of Combat believers, we know that the BOC skins tease past, present, and future plotlines in Arknights. It has all but been confirmed and reinforced with many BOC skins all throughout this game. And we already know. We already know about Kal'tsit's final moments with the Doctor, with Amiya, and with Rhodes Island. And it's definitely not here. Definitely not here. So whatever happens to Kal'tsit, it's not gonna be permanent. Trust in the process and Hypergriff's cowardice. Also, I genuinely don't believe that it is time to... I don't believe it's time to exit Kal'tsit from the plot. I believe that if you're gonna kill off a character to end their story better be ended. No, we've just begun. Kal'tsit's story has only just begun now that we're getting back into all of this cosmic eldritch bullshit. It would be the worst thing that they could do for the story of Arknights to permanently kill off Kal'tsit. Can they temporarily take her out of the plot to introduce Monster? Yeah, sure, whatever. But we know, like, the heart and soul of Arknights is Amiya, Kal'tsit, and the Doctor. I just don't believe. I don't believe that Kal'tsit's story is over just yet. There's still many things for Kal'tsit to guide Terra through. It won't end with this chapter. But with that said, it is time for the final fight with Priestess, who's been invading Rhodes Island throughout all of the past. Hold up. Oh yeah, Babel reran. I forgot Babel reran. I'll pick these up later. Let's go back to Dissociative Recombination. Here we go. Back into the thick of things. It is time to face Priestess. It is time to defend Rhodes Island. I'm not sure if we're fighting her in a reality warped abyss deep within Rhodes Island, or we got teleported to the main deck. That's where we're fighting her, because that's where she descended. But either way, her 1517. Whoever has no house now will build no more. Whoever is alone now will remain long alone. Oh yeah! Wait a minute. We finally reached... Yeah, okay. We've reached this point in the story. Okay. 1517. Before. We've reached the tile set change. It is kind of wild that we gathered all the elite ops of Rhodes Island to the entrance of the abyss just for them to miss out on the final fight. The connection between us will transcend even time and space. I'm sure of it. Even if the ocean completely boils away and the atmosphere vanishes, even if all the moons in the sky are pulled into the vortex of our planet's gravity, and even if the sun continues to mercilessly expand, eventually swallowing up all its children until none can be heard. Flashback! Hold up the reunion arc! Why is that relevant here? I'm sure we will meet again, at the far end of our civilization, once adorned by darkness and the brilliance of the stars above. We will meet again. I will wait until that day comes. I promise you I will. Wait for me. You must wait for me too. Don't ever forget about me. Well, too late about that. Teresa did a number on our head. Hold up. We're not in the final fight? What is this? Is it time? I should still be alive. This can't be an illusion. This is the Rhodes Island I'm familiar with, and it seems to be operating as usual. Therefore, it is definitely not here yet. Hold up. What? Is she still asleep? What of Originium's current state? Oh my god. First person point of view with Oracle. From when they were first awoken. Like Kelsey, when Rhodes Island was excavated. And as for the changes happening to this planet, you're still here, May 10. Perfect. Let's go for a walk outside. From a distance away, a black-haired woman dressed in a white coat stands on deck, concentrating her gaze at the sky. Wait a minute. No, this is farther back. Wait a minute. Is this when they arrived on Terra? Until she notices the two of you and turns around, a bright smile on her face. You're absolutely certain you've seen this face before. Perhaps in a dream within dreams, or in the depths of the dormant memories. But this moment is no dream. You can clearly perceive her presence and existence right before you with each of your senses. Oh, this seems like the abyss. Priestess. Doctor, this woman is the priestess you talked about? The enemy Dr. Kelsey has been guarding against? Amiya does not understand the danger she faces, but she still stands in front of you instinctively, ready to engage in combat. You are unable to determine how exactly the current situation will unfold, but know very well that this is not all like any powerful foe or crisis you've ever faced before. The woman seems to show no hostility, but still your instinct tells you unfathomable danger lies right before your eyes. Gently, she begins to speak. You're a step ahead of me, Doctor. You didn't wait for me, the awakening room, to share mutual joy in seeing this new world for the first time. But how could I possibly blame you for a little impatience? You also feel her pure, sincere gaze. From the distant, wind blows and thunder rolls, along with the faint rustling of the originium spreading. Within the clamor and chaos of this space, she fixes her eyes on you, as if nothing else exists. This reunion is not what I expected, but I'm willing to accept an unorthodox experience. We've dreamed together too many times to count. How we would meet again when we woke from our deep sleep. We could wander freely on this planet completely covered by originium, in a world that belonged only to us. A world only one step away from our shared ultimate vision. We'd walk towards our new hope. It ought to be a bright sunny day, too. Doctor, look! Clouds in the sky! Amir hurriedly shouts a warning at you when she notices the sky's unnatural appearance. You fail to comprehend just what your eyes are currently seeing. As soon as Priestess finishes speaking, thick catastrophe clouds begin to contract and fold in a neat yet strange manner until they vanish completely, leaving a canvas-like sky. Catastrophes, the most horrific disasters to happen to this land, gone, just like that. You realize a terrible truth. You can fully control originium. Doctor, your question sounds like you're asking a stranger. I don't think she knows. I don't know if she's omniscient. She's clearly omnipresent through past and present. I don't think she knows that Oracle has been ship of Theseus. We created it together, a crystallization that belongs to only the two of us, a seed of hope. But tragically, you don't remember anymore, do you? We created originium. I know you lost part of your memories in a series of unfortunate accidents. It's a pity, but I believe your partial memory loss will not change your nature, and the connection between us remains unshakable. I've no wish to be harsh on you, but I hope you can understand. Time is short, and we have much to do. Why do you act like you're making plans for us? We haven't agreed to anything just yet. Though we can still enjoy our time working together, yes? Why does it feel like Mom just came back to pick us up from kindergarten? Return to my side, Doctor. Let Terra crystallize into originium. Create a bridge to the future. The gentle call seems to ring suddenly in your ears, and you feel incomparably close to the voice. You are certain you cannot recall a single shred of her in your mind, yet your connection goes beyond memories, or perhaps information contained in language. An almost instinctive reaction. You cannot help but take a step forward. Doctor! Kelsey's behind you, gripping your arm. You feel feeble tremors through her palm. You realize now that she has been silent the whole time. Since leaving the sarcophagus, she has been so weak. At this point, she even seems to be struggling to stand. You are baffled. You expected Kelsey to give you some sage advice like usual, or perhaps a simple and clear solution. Now she seems to be suffering from terrible torment, her face bearing struggle and pain. After an endless instant, she loosens her grip. She leaves the choice for you to make. Not much of a choice. It's a no. No ellipses. It's a hard, solid no. I won't let Originium destroy Terra. You see her eyes darken. Clear sign of disappointment. You didn't know why, but your heart suddenly tightens. So it's you, AMA-10. It's been a long time for us too. Your current appearance is vastly different from the look you were born with, but I certainly recognize my own creation that I poured my heart into. In the past 4 million plus natural day cycles, you seem to have exerted a lot of effort, but your behavioral standards appear to clash with the preset goal encoded at your birth. I'd like to know just what changed your mind. Unlike you, your despicable fraud, my end goal has never changed. Indeed, you regarded that one's order as an inviolable mandate. So you hindered the Originium plan and wasted our already limited time. So, Doctor, how should I make you understand just how disappointed I am? And how should I forgive your betrayal? Betrayal? Kal'tsit, what is the meaning of this? Who is this? I've noticed, AMA-10. You've already broken the language ban I put in place, correct? Such a precaution was not enough to restrict your actions, for you always find a way. But if that's the case, why not just say it? Everything you've wanted to say to Doctor this whole time, but couldn't. Language ban. Priestess. Expletive from an unknown language. Let Kal'tsit say fuck. Let Kal'tsit say fuck you. She deserves this. Ascalon and the elite operators are momentarily stunned after entering the rift. Wow, I didn't think that they would actually still be relevant to the plot. This is the Abyss? Radiant, can you confirm if we're still inside Rhodes Island's landship? Unable to detect any electromagnetic signals outside the space. No way to tell. Everyone falls into brief silence, waiting for Commander's directive as usual. Where's the doctor? Where are Dr. Kal'tsit and Mia? Once we entered the rift, I lost track of their positions. Constant white noise fills vast white space, the sound of operating machinery emanating from the center. She was banned from swearing or talking about priestess in a meaningful way. Let her say fuck you. If this place is indeed the Abyss, then clearly it's distorting our perception of physical space. Mantra! Can you come much sooner? I need you as a playable character. Mantra's voice comes to everyone's mind as they learn this at the same time. Okay, I'm very glad that they didn't forget the elite ops. They're doing things on this side to manage Rhodes Island and possibly save it while we deal with Priestess. There's no way to identify the material the walls are made of. It looks back in the rift's direction, but it is no longer there. Currently, there's no way to cut open these strange walls, so there's no way to confirm their whereabouts. I trust me and Dr. Kal'tsit will manage to keep Doctor safe. You can only wait and adapt accordingly. You haven't received any new commands, so we could continue executing our original task. Let's not delay. Excuse me. Let's not delay any longer. Mechanist, sharp. Now I will cover you while you close in on the unknown machine. Verify if it's related to PRTS. We can back you up anytime. Something's off. There are no high-threat targets here. That's unusual. According to Dr. Kal'tsit and Doctor's speculations, the Originium entities we run into all come from the Abyss. There's like no defenses installed here at all. I hear pain. What's wrong, kitten? Montes, do you feel any other abnormalities within your body? No, it's not my own. The huge black vortex spins slowly under the transparent floor. It starts to speed up. The unidentifiable instrument right above it begins to flash. So this is not the sarcophagus. It seems like a console. It reminds me of that one scene we saw in PV4 with all the TVs and shit. Also, I feel like I've seen this scene before. Not in Arknights, but in Enfield. Somewhere I've seen a CG of a close-up of this console area. I just forgot where exactly. Was it in a PV? I don't remember. Detecting a large amount of interference signals. That instrument is currently transmitting a huge volume of data. Could the black vortex underneath be a visualization of all that information? Lights off. Oop, never mind. This is bad. Red lights are very bad. ERTS defense system activate. Identifying threat targets. Identities confirmed. Loading threat target data files. Generating targeted countermeasure strategies. Calculation complete. Oh, there goes PRTS again. This is a final warning from PRTS. Leave the abyss, intruders. Beginning countdown. What? Huh? Okay, the reconveners are back. Yeah, so we're intruders now. Doesn't look like you're giving us any option to leave, though. So Ascalon, sweep up Rhodes Island's trash. Nice, I like that. Don't care where all this stuff came from, but we'll let them know just to whom Rhodes Island belongs. I don't know about that, Blaze. Countdown complete. Executing cleanup protocol. Also, hella reminds me of the law. Considering Exia Altar's event is coming very soon. Probably not a coincidence that it reminds me of the law. Kelsey, what's all this? Doctor, ever since you woke up in Chernobog, I've refrained from confessing the whole truth about your past. The ban placed on me is only part of the cause. Why do we have the sad melancholic music playing here? Is this it? Is this where it happens? As for the other reasons, I have said before no... Neighborhood dogs seem to be yelping in the night. I've said before no one else should tell you about your past. Language has no way of reconstructing objective facts, while emotions will distort its delivery. So I needed to see and judge for myself, to reevaluate this land on your own. Only then could you formulate your own answers about how you regard this land, about yourself. I still believe it's important to do it this way. The same way someone once treated me. I've already found my answer. I am the doctor of Rhodes Island. I'm a soul walking this vast land. I mean, we're all three. Very rare Kelsey smile. That is an SSR super rare sprite of Kelsey right there. Wow. Maybe they might actually permanently kill her off. Nah, they don't have the balls to. This may be the last chance I have to share that information, however. Perhaps only now do I, too, have the confidence to share it after all that you and Rhodes Island have been through to get together. Please trust that I talk only of your past and it has nothing to do with your future. Can't you see we're having a moment here, priestess? Kelsey walks up by your side, facing you and Amia. She slowly begins to speak. Doctor, you ought to already know that Originium, bearer of both life and danger to Terra, is the legacy of a previous age. It was one of the countless methods used by the previous civilization against an ultimate threat. Yeah, we kept talking about it. It's still the vague and cryptic it. Capital I, it. There's something worse out there that we need Originium for. Can you motherfuckers please explain that before we get into the big drama? Why do we need Originium? Why do we need to sacrifice Terra for Originium to guard against it? Capital I, it. But I'm guessing this is gonna be a cop-out, because they're probably, I don't know, she's gonna get snapped out of existence before we get the complete explanation. We gotta set up the next few years of Arknights. After countless efforts and sacrifices, Originium was finally completed by Oracle and Priestess. Oracle was your previous codename. Priestess and I created Originium, huh? The fuck you talking about, man? Bro, have you not put 2 and 2 together? I don't know, man. I think by now Doctor should have been smart enough to put 2 and 2 together after everything we've been through in Colombia, with the Sarkaz, in the Originium Sea. But sure, this is just confirmation, I guess. I was the one who brought suffering upon this land? No shit, Sherlock. Also, Ship of Theseus. Technically, yes, technically, no. We're a different person now. We got our mind wiped. It wasn't me that did it, I swear! It was a different me from a past long ago. It was my dead name. Please know that it was not your intention. Originium points to 2 futures of this land. Oracle hoped to leave Originium as a gift for future civilizations, guide them forward, to help them enter the next stage of civilization. Over the past 10,000 years, Originium has helped civilization on Terra to develop, also unexpectedly brought suffering to the land via oripathy. You were indeed tormented by this before. I still remember when the doctor has never given up the possibility of curing oripathy. However, someone forced a different future upon you. For this, you made a choice that went against the original intentions. Teresa! It's like, let's just give you a little concussion. Just enough to kill your old self. We'll keep your morals intact. Just make sure. Let's remove everything that made you you in the past. Let's mold you into the Doctor of Rhodes Island as a weapon for the future. Make up for a mistake. Sorry, not my mistake. Different us. Ship of Theseus. Someone once told me to trust in your character. Look to your true self, beyond what memory shapes you. It was incomparably a difficult path for me to walk. But I'm glad. It was the correct choice to make. Oh yeah, this is it. She's getting snapped right here in this scene. We're getting the deluxe SSR Kelsey Sprite Smiles. Doctor, that's all I wanted to tell you. They are only your past, and you will always be able to decide your future. I'll never break my promise. I'll never abandon my mission. I like the promise better. Promise is more sentimental than the word mission. Also, we had a different mission before we got our mind wiped. And I too will fulfill my oath. Doctor, I will protect you and Ami until the very end. This is not the best opportunity to do so, but it is my final one. Oh, fuck off, Hypergriff. No one believes this. I'm sorry to entrust such a risk to you and Amia, but this is a choice I must make. What sort of risk? What sort of choice? You see Kelsey's mouth move. Her final words. Bro, come on, man. Bro, no one believes this. Are you done? You've said what you wanted to say? I'm astonished by how much you know about the past, and I don't completely agree with how you've described it. But that's no longer important. MA10, what can you achieve as you are now? Monster. Excited winning. Like a horse? Did Monster just neigh? The Destroy her. She's the priestess of a previous civilization, creator of Originium and attempting to assimilate everything within it. Therefore, the enemy of all life on Terra. So, this is your choice. I'm Kal'tsit, a doctor of Rhodes Island, and also the companion of Amia and the Doctor. You have long been worthless to me. Cinema. Cine. 1517 after. Is there anything we could do to her? She's practically... she practically has reality warping powers. Through Originium. Monster appears by your side, but its stance is slightly different than usual. This is my stand now. Without a command from Kal'tsit, it zips towards the enemy, although a cluster of Originium rises from the ground, fully encasing the monster within. Kal'tsit, watch out! You really have surprised me, AMA-10. You've broken free of my control at the price of severing your own Gemini cycle system. Even if this makes your life now utterly fragile. However, do you really intend to kill me via this method? I knew from a long time ago your consciousness was already assimilated into the information within Originium. Oh, okay then. So she's God. Alrighty then, she's transcended physical form. Good to know, good to know. Yeah, how do we deal with that? Under these circumstances, it is impossible to truly kill you. Let me guess. We're just gonna buy time until we can set up this whole new arc that we're going on for the next few years. We're gonna... I don't know if I should make that reference. But what Threes and Threes has accomplished convinced me of something. Your control over Originium is not absolute. There still exist some methods to limit your authority over it. I did meet the two you speak of within the Originium. Their efforts were indeed unexpected and pleasantly surprising struggle. But what of it? How are you so sure that killing me here won't be a futile act? When monster attacked you, you chose to defend yourself. How did you do it? I see you have noticed. Based on Theresa's research into Originium, as well as the trap you set for Doctor, I added a few plans to your awakening room. As long as you wake up here, your consciousness will be trapped in this body, unable to return to Originium's sea of information. Keep her in a mortal body so she doesn't have access to the sea. Perhaps you will eventually manage to break through this restriction, regain control over Originium, but right now you are merely human. As human as a reality-warming time traveler, omnipresent time traveler can be, I guess. Meanwhile, that paints a huge target on Kazdel, considering that's where we're keeping the original Originium. Great. Not only Kazdel got their nuclear deterrence, finally fended themselves off from all the major factions on Terra. Oopsie, wait a minute. We've now made an interdimensional foe. My bad. To think you'd go this far to rebel against me. Priestess, you're not Terra's creator. The life on this land has no obligation to bend to your will. This is my revenge on you and my final act of resistance. Sure. You see the woman standing across from you reveal a hint of hesitation, but immediately after, Originium surrounds her. It's too late. Amia, help Kal'tsit! Dr. Kal'tsit, it's my turn to protect you now. Black arts crash and smash the Originium cluster, freeing Monster as it quickly resumes its attack. Originium crystals begin to grow again, but it's too late to form a barrier strong enough to resist monsters' claws. That's true damage, baby. You see a nervous look on Priestess's face, a show of fear from the creator towards her creation. As if Priestess finally recognizes the threat she's facing, the Originium on the entire deck responds to her consciousness and begins to rapidly grow. Monster has already closed in on its prey. Five on the right, confirmed paralyzed. Perish. It's scary at first, but in the end, it just brought out enemies we've beaten before. Easy peasy. Eat this now. Am I just imagining it, or are enemies spawning slower now? This is PRTS's core system. The whole time it's been copying data of enemies we faced in the past and pasting them here. Oh my god, wait a minute. From our auto runs? Wait a minute. But now it's reading the data so slowly, like something's hindering it. Seems like whatever the doctor and the rest are doing is taking effect. Let's seize this chance and smash it. We need to reach the abyss depths. There are people waiting for us. Monster. Meltdown. Black arts and lasers take turns shooting at the gigantic and complex crystal cluster. The fierce assault even manages to suppress the Originium from spreading further. Until the light of arts swallow Priestess's figure. I mean, we're in a big fight and all, but I too would also... I'm still very curious about what this ultimate it is. Like, once we deal with Priestess, well, we're gonna have to deal with whatever Originium was created for, right? Assuming we're gonna deal with Priestess. Smoke and dust scatters, leaving only Originium fragments on the ground. And a tattered white coat. Did we defeat her? I can't feel any signs of life or any emotions. Maybe... She's in the Originium, probably. She's gonna ninjutsu somewhere, I don't know. Everything happens so suddenly you haven't had the time to regard the series of events as reality. Oop, here we are. It's finally happening. You saw that fearsome foe reduced to ashes right before your eyes. Yet you finally feel no relief at all. Nah, it's a cop-out. He's gonna jump scare us. Yep, there we go. Are we quite finished playing yet? What's that? How? Dr. Amiya, fall back. Powerful show of resistance, AMA-10. Your plan proved effective. As you say, there is indeed a chance for you to kill me now. But how does a single substitute made of Originium fluster you so? AMA-10, I have no intention of debating the value of your beliefs. The principles you have always insisted on are insignificant. I can't even find a credible logical framework to assess their significance. It is not uncommon for experiments to turn out like this. Small errors ultimately growing into huge obstacles. I have no choice but to accept this result. I'm very sorry, but I must treat you as an error and wipe you out. Priestess raises her hand. Originium begins to grow once more. Thorn crystal branches tightly envelop you and Amiya in a second, nearly swallowing you both. Amiya tries her best to shatter the surrounding Originium with her arts, but the crystal clusters only grow faster. Doctor, get behind me! Monster. It all happens in a flash of light. You see the Originium crystal cluster near you explode. Amiya wanted to protect you, but time does not allow for a reaction. You see the black monster rush over, blocking you both from the cluster with its large, solid body. You see Kal'tsit. What a pity. But this is it. Don't give me these dead wife flashbacks, game! I know you don't have the balls to permanently kill off Kal'tsit. Doctor, do you ever doubt the meaning in your own existence? I do. I understand my mission clearly. It is difficult, but I recognize its meaning. As for the future, I believe you will find an answer. I can only persevere in that belief. Don't spare too much worry for me. Rhodes Island shouldn't be so fragile that one person's departure would leave it unable to proceed on. My hope. It is to protect yours and Amia's hopes. Though our definitions of protect have nothing in common, it's an oath I will never abandon. I will be standing here with you until the very end. Cap. Bloodline of combat believers, we will stand strong. We are unable to forget the past, but different future may await you. I have found the meaning of my life. Please, lead Rhodes Island. And keep going. Doctor. Oh, come on, you're bringing out Immutable? You think you're gonna catch me off guard with Immutable? You think you're gonna pull on my heartstrings with Immutable? Okay, maybe it's working 10%. This is not Immutable. Hold up. This is Skeletal Wings. Unconsciously, I seem to have grown accustomed to having someone at my side. Wait, no. Side guiding me. This is Doctor. This is Doctor. Until now, I am finally sure of what I want to do. No matter what happens, I will continue down this path. I will not abandon hope. But what about you? Fourth wall break? Dr. Kal'tsit! Kal'tsit? Bro, hitting us with a dead wife flashback? And then hitting us with fucking Immutable skeleton wings? Plus the broken sun mix? Bro, they transitioned from Immutable. Hold up. Not gonna deny. It's cinema. It is cinema. To be fair, to be very fair, it is cinema. It all happens so quick, but you still manage to comprehend the cruel truth. The foe you all face is incomprehensible by conventional means. She has authority over all Originium. The bit of Originium on Kal'tsit's right shoulder is proof that she was born human, but also what steals her life away. Originium crystals begin to spread as they swallow her entire body, only to shatter as the wind blows them away. Your eyes fail to capture the entire process. With strength comes fragility. A long life ends here. She has kept her promise. You got 10% out of me, Hypergriff. 10% of me believes that this is gonna be permanent. You got 10% out of me. Good job. Good job. 15, 18. Never doubted, never far. You know how to wait. In the long years, you wait for a single flower to blossom. Kal'tsit has disappeared from your vision before you even have a chance to process what happened. Look, guys. We've seen this happen before already. When we entered the Originium Sea, this is the same thing that happened with Amia. Amiya and Doctor and everyone in Amiya's squad got consumed in the same way when we traveled to the Originium Sea. Just because you turn into Originium dust in this game doesn't mean you can't come back. Come on, man. You got 10% out of me, Hypergriff. You gotta try harder to make me believe you'd kill off a playable character. The only thing left on the deck is a jacket. Pained whale! Next, Monster's massive frame begins to contract, shrinking into a black, crystalline cocoon. Wait, is this it? Was this a failsafe? MA10 was one of my proud creations. This was not the result I had hoped for. She had a name! Her name was Kelsey! It had its own code name. I do not recognize any significance in the renaming. Priestess walks towards the cocoon on the deck. Step back, Doctor. I must protect Monster. Also, the reason I think there's also the elephant in the room of M3 in Enfield. In this chapter, they say that the Gemini system, the system that Kelsey uses to reincarnate, is no longer within her control. She's no longer using it. And we're still unsure of whether Monster is M3 in Enfield. They look drastically different from each other. We don't know if the Gemini system is actually has been shut down from Kelsey's control. There should have been a secret scene at 15-7 if you did the ARG. If I did the ARG. Got no time for that. Threats emerge from Amiya's staff attempting to stall Priestess' steps. But the Originium continues to grow from the ground in strange angles, assimilating Amiya's arts. You can tell that Amiya is struggling. Priestess, whose powers seem impossible to resist, and Kelsey's only legacy. Also, how would doing an out-of-game ARG give you an extra scene for 15-17? Unless it's external. It's a third-party thing external from the game itself. I would prefer my entire story to be within the actual game, Hypergriff. If something is going to be important, it shouldn't be in an ARG in a third-party website. So I'm only just basing things off what we're seeing. It connects with your YoStar account? Dang. I mean, I like the concept of them hiding a secret scene through the ARG, but also, if you didn't know about it, you won't unlock it. I don't like it that much. It's not third party, it's in the game. Yes, but if you're not aware of the ARG, which I was not. I was aware of the ARG. I just didn't participate in it. I just don't think it's a good idea to lock story relevant details through outside the actual game itself, because the ARG is not in the game even if it connects to the game. That's a valid criticism. I want my story within the game. If it's important enough to the chapter, it should be within the game. It shouldn't be DLC. You want to save it? I want to fix it too. Not only does MA10 carry our hopes, it has also preserved a record that is very important to me. It's a nice gimmick to do it once or twice, yes, but not in very important story beats, dude. Like the secret event that we got with the sarcophagus in episode 8, in the finale of the reunion arc. That was within the game. That was completely accessible within the game. You have yet to recover from the shock. You do not even have the luxury of sorrow in the face of the threat before you. What will Priestess do next? How should you protect Amiya? Priestess apparently notices your thought process. Why are you afraid of me, Doctor? Well, you kinda disintegrated my close confidant. She approaches you. Think of something, think. The Originium spreading under your feet has immobilized you and Amiya. You see her up close for the first time. What that rumbussy doing? Hold up. Speaking of the secret scene, back in episode 8? Hold up, wait a minute. Speak of the devil. This is that exact scene. This is the Ursus sarcophagus. Hold up. Just what are you trying to do? I'm trying to protect you. Just like what I promised to do. I promised to protect both you and Amiya. Until the moment you breathe your last breath, Doctor. That's my responsibility. But I will never stop hating you. I'm in no position to educate or criticize Rosmontis. After all, I might not be able to hold myself back from taking revenge. You. There was a similar scenery and a similar conversation. There were different emotions during different eras, all of which are working together to bridge the large gap in your memories. What did you just remember? Priestess. No, this time you remembered her first. You remembered Kal'tsit. The physician whom you trusted so deeply still seems to be here. You recall searching for the clues Kal'tsit left behind in Civilized Eterna. You recall the words Kal'tsit left for you when all the links are connected. I never forgot. Whispering in unknown language. No matter where in the vast universe you came from, I bid you to witness the beacons we left behind. Remnants of a civilization now gone to eternal rest. Whispering in unknown language, perhaps it will be our blessing, and the final gift of hope. This was when past Oracle gave Amiya and Doctor from the future the formula for Originium. What did past Oracle know? You are certain that those eyes now see you across the vast reaches of time. The formula! Amiya, the formulas! Formulas? Dr. Kal'tsit mentioned that it reduces the loss of meta-information during transmission through special mediums. That's a mouthful. Reverse it. Obstruct the the transmission of information through Originium. What should I do? Link to my mind. There is no time to hesitate, Amiya acts. Once again, you share your thoughts with Amiya. All the memories of your researches come back to you. Wow, they brought the vocal choir in. Relying on intuition and prior research, you begin to decipher the formulas. Convert, then reverse. You understand that it will not be completely effective, but you must pray that it works. For Kal'tsit. Remember the things in my mind, Amiya. Got it, Doctor. Just weave it in my arts as Logos taught me. Then, stop. Shockwaves from Amiya's arts repel the Originium that surrounds you. This is... The Originium attempting to trap you again is unable to progress further. Amiya's silhouette is reflected on the countless crystalline surfaces. It's working! I'm trying to hold on. The Originium is pressing even faster now. I need to work harder. I can do it! Amiya's eyes are resolute. You can't help but feel worried for her. You do not understand the powers that you are toying with. It seems my arts aren't stopping them. It's also detecting her status. She's not as invincible as I thought. Indeed, I've been roused too soon. The rate at which Originium has assimilated this planet falls below my expectations. Oh great, now she's in our reflections. Can you go back to sleep then? Can we deal with you in Enfield? Look, all I'm saying is, if you want Originium to progress further to deal with whatever you're afraid of, we got thousands of years for that. I'm pretty sure Oripathy still exists in Enfield. What if we pause this for a moment and settle on truce? Truce? Truce. In addition, the reckless behavior of those two Terrans have prevented me from utilizing Originium as I planned. But that does not mean you can change the inevitable with your clumsy usage of our technology. Amiya! Pink threads fly out from Amiya's staff, dancing in the space enclosed by Originium. But you sense that Amiya is facing tremendous pressure. And Priestess's figure has become completely obstructed by Originium. You can see Priestess's eyes in every Originium fragment, every facet. It is as though she is everywhere. Teresa is teaching me how to cast these new arts more efficiently, Doctor. I think I've weakened Priestess's control over Originium. I should be able to delay her. As Amiya's arts run wild, you hear a reassuring voice in your head. Oh my god, we regained connection. My gilf! Doctor, Amiya, we're in the abyss. The Originium interference has weakened for the moment. It was... Radiant has re-established communications, but the situation is rough. I can barely use my arts to help Radiant maintain the link. Also, she cannot detect Dr. Kelsey's biosignal. Where are you? What's the situation? We're on the deck of Rhodes Island. Okay, so we're not in some sort of pocket dimension. Glad we've, I don't know, confirmed that after all this bullshit. We're confronting Priestess. Sorry, guys. We got sent to the roof. Get in touch with Warfarin. Evacuate the ship immediately. Oh, shit. There goes the renovations. You heard the doctor. Don't worry, Lance. The 2 will help monitor your status. I will not let you down, Dr. Warfarin. Once you're out of the ship, establish an isolation zone around the ship according to Kelsey's original plan. Don't let any of those things out. You're not coming with us, Dr. Warfarin? My patients are still here. I'll lead their evacuation myself. The fuck you mean we still have patients on the ship? I thought the only one left was Dorothy. Bro? Don't worry about me. Why am I not hearing from you, Kelsey? About that. Bzz. Abandon ship. Repeat. Abandon ship. Back up all data. Bzz. I'm working on it. Give me some time. More importantly, once PRTS is shut down, its core data must be downloaded. Kelsey has set up a back door. It will be the key to eliminate the threat, once and for all. Mechanist acknowledges. We are moving through the abyss. Counting on you. Is Kelsey hurt, Doctor? Why am I not hearing from her? She's buying us time. Amiya and I will fight to the bitter end. Rhodes Island is in your hands. The patients need the equipment on the ship. The mutated ones, maybe. Abandon all the sick, women and children. Abandon all the sick on Rhodes Island. What is that? Chai tea? That's tea. Almost everyone on Rhodes Island is terminally ill. We've restored communications with Doctor. We stick to the plan. I'm not detecting any more enemies. Nor any new transmission data from the PRTS core. It's too quiet. Location of the core radiant. Here you go. Continue to push towards the core and attempt to deactivate it. I'll take point. PRTS will definitely come up with new waves of enemies to meet us. I mean, the most traumatic thing it could do right now is to just reform Ace and Scout. I don't know, man. Hypergriff. I feel like I can sense where you're going. But I don't know. Maybe you might not be as monstrous as I think you might be. I'll take charge of analyzing the core. Aurora. This little light will guide our way. What is it, Logos? This is not my light. What that rumbussy doing? Great. A rhombus-shaped halo hangs in the darkness, swaying gently. It's like a cold eye gazing upon all present. Alert. Is this the priestess that Dr. Kelsey was talking about? I don't think so. I just detected... words are hard. Detected... I'm gonna take a sip of my water. I just detected a large amount of haphazard but familiar signals. They come from Rhodes Island itself. What that rumbussy doing? Never mind. Strike that. It's a big robot. What is this? Massive machine emerges in the dark in the endless white noise. All present are familiar with the components that make up its frame. Closure has often showed off the parts that she used to modify Rhodes Island's modules. Some of them were made by the elite operators themselves. The RTS repurposed and weaponized Rhodes Island facilities. Where did they come from? They weren't supposed to be in the abyss. Originium. Originium shards scatter irregularly across the unusual machine. No longer do they simply consume, now they are creating. You're telling me Originium can recreate stuff that's on Rhodes Island? Logos is reminded of the tower in the assimilated universe, and of her. It's not that simple. The RTS does not have the capability to decode Originium data. Someone else is intervening. Priestess. Its data is connected to the core of PRTS in a way that I can't understand. These things are different from the Originium entities that we've faced. This one's in the shape of a mech. Looks like we're in for a fight. See no other way. Ready? Ready. The rhombus-shaped eye glows even brighter. Controlled by PRTS, the mimic machine charges up. We're fighting two fronts. Our elite ops facing against the embodiment of Rhodes Island. Meanwhile, we're dealing with Priestess. No target restrictions. Combat style analysis complete. No power restrictions. The RTS final cleanup protocol loaded. Great, we're fighting against... Oh, wait a minute, I get it now. Wait a minute, we're fighting against the PRTS system. That was a boss fight. Okay. That's this big motherfucker. The Mimic Machine. PRTS has transformed familiar objects of Rhodes Island into material threats. These machines do not know fear. The cafeteria's attacking us! The vending machines are attacking us! This is why you should treat your appliances with care. You never know when they'll come to life and... Return to beginnings. Wait, was that it? Hold up, no, 19? Oh, wait. That was 18. Oh, 18 before. So we got 19. But this is the... Oh, this is the battle itself. Okay, we're gonna play through this for the story. 15-19. This doesn't really matter, right? Yeah, it doesn't matter what we choose. Now we will fully pay attention to what's going on this map. 15-19. Until now. I'm pretty sure PRTS basically just tells us to... It's griefing us. It's like, please place your operators here. It'll be very helpful if you place it over here facing none of the enemies. Data call complete. Personnel locked. PRTS is loading priority elimination scheme. Oh, you think you want to go through that? Over there? Let me summon my operators. Oh yeah, these are just elite ops. Got it. I'm placing sharp... Oh, it's trying to trick us. It's like... Trust the system. The PRTS system is working. It doesn't seem like Doctor's style. So someone's interfering with the commands. Bro, Doctor's busy fighting off Priestess right now. Administrator permission detected. Full control permissions denied. Warning, permissions disabled. Data bank search detected. Keyword, Priestess. Access granted. Are you looking for me, Doctor? But I'm standing right before you now. Fast forward. Your interference is weakened. I'll coordinate with you, Sharp. Sure, man. This is the only place that we could actually place it. Yeah, follow the directions of PRTS. Surely nothing bad would happen. PRTS may interfere with the commands we receive. Support squad in position. Expect the unexpected. Can I free drop now? I can free drop now. I'm not placing her there. Placing her right here. It's fine right here, man. You want me to make her face that way? No. You don't need to follow your directions. You have no blockers here. Where do you want me to place Bith? Right here? I think I'd rather have Bith, what, facing down here? This is fine. But that's touch, not Bith. Bith is this. Place Rosmontis in the back. And that's a tactical leak. I meant to do that. How much we can do with only one blocker? Where do you want me to place her? You want me to place her over here, facing down? No, you want me to place Rosmontis facing here? Fuck off! Sharp should be fine on his own. You've gotten used to this little game of ours. You don't want to admit defeat yet, do you? You expect victory as you have always won. You believe that more secrets about me await deep in the abyss. I don't think we even need Bith to deploy. We're fine! Just don't listen to Priestess's deployment commands. Where do you want me to place her? You want me to place her down facing here? Nah. The line has been stabilized. Victory's in sight. The vending machines are attacking. Montes, twist their balls. I will fulfill your wish, Doctor. Administrator permissions confirmed. Priestess, all operator permissions disabled. Warning, the RTS final cleanup protocol activated. Uh-oh. There goes my controls. We're auto-running now. Also, you summoned the weed. Not much we could do. You only gave us one blocker. Bro, if Ace were still alive, we'd have a ground operator for blocking. What, no Ascalon for crowd control? Scripted death. Here goes our mission results screen. I didn't get OP. I already got the OP. That was cool. 1520. Return to beginnings. It is time that the Kal'tsit took the trouble to bloom. The unrest's heart started to beat. It's time for it to be time. It is time. 1520. This is a tough one. It's analyzing our combat styles and nullifying our attacks. We've tried to adapt our tactics many times. Working in conjunction with Logos, Ascalon, and Misery's attacks have quickly destroyed the Mimic Machine's legs. Looks a lot like... The machine also looks a lot like the law underneath Laterano. Keep it going. We gotta learn each attack and be creative too. The Mimic Machine has already fell countless times under the team's coordinated attacks, but each time it stands back up. Look out! It's charging up again! It keeps repairing itself with Originium. You can't let it wear us down. You need to destroy that Rhombus Eye. I have just the arrow for the job. 2 arrows leave Stormeye's bow as the words leave his mouth. One breaks the Mimic Machine's shield, but the other is stopped just before it reaches the rhombus-shaped eye. The Mimic Machine has finished charging. Bright red light bursts out. Then Rosmontis' arts forced the arrow into the eye of the mimic machine. "Do you hurt?" Kaboom. Rosmontis' arts blocked the eye of terror at the exact moment of its outburst, sending overflowing energy into every direction in the abyss. The spinning bone then floats on top of Mechanus' head, shielding him from the rampant energy. "Thanks, Logos. Good thing you guys distracted this thing. External attacks are ineffective. We're counting on you to find a way through the inside. How are we doing, Mechanist? After all, after talking to Closure, we're certain that this is a special sarcophagus." Hey, yo! Special sarcophagus. Dr. Sarcophagus is outside. There's a second sarcophagus on Rhodes Island. Priestess really is here. Hold up. She really did keep her body here. It's not just a hibernation device. It's also what truly stores PRTS's data and supplies it with okay, never mind. Never mind. It's where they keep PRTS. Another sarcophagus. I mean, basically, PRTS and Priestess are the same thing, mostly. Backdoor Dr. Kal'tsit left us will allow me to connect directly to PRTS's core server. I mean, in a way, it is also technically. PRTS is still technically Priestess's extension. So technically, correct. It is kind of also her body. An extension of her. I'll destroy all the data once I've downloaded PRTS's core data. Is that the only way to put that big guy to rest? Yeah. How long do you need? Mechanist glances at his equipment. 240 seconds. Understood. We'll buy the time for you. The sound of the bone whistle echoes in the abyss. Logos return to the elite operator's ranks. The mimic machine once again stands up before them. Doctor, trust you implicitly, even with a fractured memory. Doctor believes you are hope. Don't let her distract you, Amiya. We just need to buy a little more time for the others. You should get ready to retreat. There is no way out for Doctor. We will inevitably end up on the same path, our subjective sentiments notwithstanding. You and I will not be in opposition, Amiya. I can make your wish come true. You always trusted me. Countless eyes look at you from the crystals, Priestess's eyes. You made the same promise to me. We can find the answer to the ultimate question together. Time is short, Doctor. You're not lying. I don't need to lie to you. This humanitarianism that you think you're advocating simply serves to extend the suffering of Terrans before the inevitable fall of Terra. Any questions that you still have, I can answer them. Could have started with that before we got into a big fight and before you turned Kal'tsit to dust. She's getting weaker, Doctor. Most of the operators have evacuated. Maybe, I want to try. You want to kill me? Is this what you want too, Doctor? Do we? Priestess. There's still so many secrets within her that you want to find out about yourself, about Kal'tsit, about Originium, about that impending threat. Yeah, that's kind of important. It's very important to know what all this suffering was for, maybe why we're more afraid of a capital I it than Originium assimilation. But you know that where she stands inevitably makes her the enemy of all Terra. Not gonna question her anymore, we're just... Alright, Amiya, gag her. Although, perhaps there is another way. Hold up, you gave me two choices. You gave me two conflicting choices, but as much as I know hypergriff, none of these none of these would actually make a difference. Illusion of choice, my ass, bro. You missed your chance. There we go. Fine. Stay, Doctor. Amiya! You can hardly imagine the ordeal that Amiya has gone through. She's already well past her limit. All threads shatter. An Originium once again closes in upon you. You try to escape the crystals carrying Amiya in your arms, but the rampant growth of Originium has sealed the path. Oh my god! Ascalon, my goat! You made it in time! You gotta make up for leaving Manfred alive! Mechanist and Closure have successfully retrieved the core data of BRTS. We'll cover your retreat. Oh my god, everyone is here! Now go. Wait, why are we retreating? Oh, hold up, why are we Are we gonna let Rhodes Island explode? Wait, there's one more thing! With what little strength she has left, Amiya conjures a few strands of threads and pulls the cocoon that monster was in into her arms. Just gotta carry them out. Bye, retreat! We're done with this place! I need your help, Touch. These patients were transferred from intensive care. We don't have enough emergency equipment. I need you to stabilize their conditions first. Try to gather the wounded here. Leave the rest to me. Casualty report? Oh my god, Alana made it out. What about my mans? Where's my boiler guy? Where's the boiler, Sarkaz? Where is my mans, Mr. Boiler Mans? Don't tell me we left him behind. Things are still very much in flux. We don't have a hard figure. Current injury estimates 31 serious, 173 minor. No deaths yet. Oh, thank fuck. Also, that's a lot of injuries. We were able to complete the evacuation ahead of schedule, thanks to the safe zone created by Logos and Mechanist and the help of you and Pith provided. One dead. Patient. Dorothy! She gave her life so that we could get our module upgrades. We'll remember you, Dorothy. Also, this is also the beginning of Warfaren's research into the Reconveners. I'll report in detail to the doctor and Kel. She stops in mid-sentence. They have all been avoiding that name. The one who had always tended to the wounded after each operation. Kal'tsit. Help the others establish the isolation zone. We need to keep an eye on the ship to make sure no enemies get out. Roger. Warfaren, I'm already doing my best to stay focused, Touch. Now's not the time. What's the situation with Doctor and Amiya? We all need time to process what happened. So we're off Rhodes Island. Priestess wasn't dealt with. We escaped with Monster. Kelsey's gone. Can't we at least get some fireworks? Bro. We're at the isolation zone outside the ship. It's safe for now. Is Amiya okay? She's just tired. Rhodes Island. No big boom. No climactic explosion. Just the sad whimper of our home gone. The ship that you once called home is now completely encased in a massive Originium crystal. The wind blows over it, blurring its outline with sand and dust. You know that you have lost Rhodes Island. You hold Amiya in your arms. She's unconscious, but still holding that crystalline cocoon in her own arms. Doctor, Rhodes Island. Our greatest threat at present still lies within. We must prepare ourselves before we confront her again. Priestess. I'm not sure what this name truly stands for, but I will not forgive her. What happened to Dr. Kal'tsit? The others who escaped the Originian blockaded area begin to gather. Yet no one feels relieved, despite the successful evacuation. Ascalon's question weighs heavily on everyone's hearts. No one could have seen this coming. It's hard to explain. It's easy to explain. She just got temporarily removed from the plot. That's all that is. 2 years from now, she'll come back. We'll get an altar for Kal'tsit when she gets reformed. This is not the last time we'll see Kal'tsit. You got me at 15% tops, Hypergriff. 15% I believe that Kal'tsit's permanently gone. That's all you're getting. I still don't believe it. It all happened so suddenly. You feel dazed as you look at the black crystal that an unconscious Amiya still clings desperately to. What next? Reestablish communications with our branches. We rebuild Rhodes Island. So we've lost it. No, Rhodes Island is never lost. It's just a place. Rhodes Island is us. The operators, the doctors, the people. All of you are here. Always have been. You are Rhodes Island. This would have been super emotional. It would have been like the burning of the Sunny. The Sunny. The Sunny was the name of Luffy's first ship, right? Or was that the second one? No, the Sunny's the new ship. My bad. I haven't kept up with One Piece in like a year. Can you hear me, Doctor? This is Vina. Huh. And just like that, we've had contact with Siege again. I heard about Rhodes Island. I'm very sorry. The nomadic plate that Dr. Kal'tsit purchased near Butchert is nearing completion. I'll be coming to visit soon. Let me know if you need anything. Take care, you and Amiya. New Rhodes Island under construction. Butchert. On the Victorian border. Not gonna lie, that was a bit anticlimactic. Priestess still hasn't been dealt with. The original Rhodes Island encased within. I'm assuming that it's implied that Priestess is within the original Rhodes Island, and that the next saga that we've set up is the reformation of the organization and our preparation to face Priestess. Because that's endgame. Our endgame, aside from maybe curing Oripathy and sparing the world of Terra of Originium, the endgame is Priestess. She is the source of all Originium related suffering on Terra. So we gotta address that elephant sooner or later. But we haven't dealt with her yet. This is just set up. It's just set up. We've lost our home. We gotta rebuild. This is our Return of the Sith moment. Revenge of the Sith. Midnight asked me to bring this wine back from Syracuse, Popcar. He said it was a Brunello's specialty. I'm not a wine expert though. Is he getting better? Is this also a tease that we might get Popcar Alter sometime soon? Will we finally get Popcar, Destroyer of Worlds? 6-star Popcar? Triple wielding chainsaws? Chainsaw Man Popcar? Will she shoot lasers out of her Originium eye? Look man, a man can dream. He's still locked up in medical. Dr. Warfaren's grounded him. He got hurt dealing with those weird things coming out of the ship, which made Dr. Warfaren really nervous. I'll give these to Midnight. What exactly happened? I heard a bunch of versions. Some say the ship came alive and turned into a monster. Some say they saw friends and family they thought were dead. Then our ship was gone, just like that. The implications that we could have seen Ace and Scout reconstructed as reconveners invading the ship. Well, I'm not too sure either. It all happened so fast, I was listening to Radiant and Dr. Kal'tsit. Oh yeah, speaking of which, Hierda. We have to get a meanwhile with Hierda. Hold up. Fine, once we finish the Rhodes Island part of this ending, surely we'll come back to Hierda. Dr. Kal'tsit. Her absence will take some getting used to. They are avoiding the term death with Kal'tsit. Look, man. I'm just saying, it seems like we're not giving closure to Kelsey's disappearance just yet, right now. 15% hypergriff. Looks like we can complete the assembly earlier than scheduled. Main connectors of this nomadic plate had already been modified to fit our equipment. Hardest part was already taken care of. I'm loving these new Rhodes Islander sprites. The construction has begun quicker than expected thanks to all the operators who provided help. Logos' incantation saved us a lot of effort moving stuff, and Radiant saved us a lot of time checking the circuits for us. So we're on a different plate. No longer using ancient tech. This is a Victorian plate that we got from Butchered. Angelina even came back to help us do the heavy lifting. Ooh, Angelina content. Never mind, maybe we're not getting a full scene. All that stuff laid out on the deck in an orderly manner in the blink of an eye. Sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. The Reconvener stuff has more sides to it. You don't know what I know? I played the beta. I was there for the first English beta. That's as much as I know. We went deep into the Reconvener stuff. We know about warfare and pulling out the Reconveners from the Originium Forest. Bro, I was a one streamer that delved deep into the actual storytelling of the beta. Everyone else was obsessed about the monetization and the dodge mechanics and the weapon gacha. It's fine. We're all excited to hear the things that are going smoothly. I guess you're here for something else. Is there a problem? Well, yes. Some of the pipes are so narrow that even these guys couldn't get them checked. Oh my god, we saved the BPs. Well, these might be new BPs. I don't know about the corrupted ones back at original Rhodes Island. Eventually, we have to get back there. Has Closure fixed these already? Lowers its head in shame. Yeah, you better lower your head in shame. You know how much trouble you guys fucking gave us? What happened in the ship wasn't your fault, little fella. We need to think of a way. Oh my god, Ray! The doctor said I'm needed here? Ray? I was wondering why Closure rushed me over here, till I overheard your conversation. If you needed to check out the pipes, this little runt ought to come in useful. Show us a sand beast. Oh my god, it's so cute. Holy Secunda? I didn't expect you. Hey yo, you're on land! Secunda? Thank you for detailing the report on the incident, Closure. No worries, it's just part of the deal. Yes, I understand. I'll report back to Consuls Clementia and Gladia and communicate your warning. As for the name of the individual, Priestess, we will reference our own databanks. If the name has also appeared in any records in Aegir, and the threat you encountered was no coincidence. I'll let you know about the results as soon as possible. We will also review the Joint Marine Corps deployment of the other consoles. Once you're ready, we will deliver the necessary equipment, including medical facilities and catastrophe detection systems. Oh, great. Some ancient technologies pulled out from Ager. Great. Thank you. You're growing into your position, Closure. Oh, please, spare me. I would much rather be dealing with machines. I didn't expect Kelsey's job to be this hard. You getting ready to leave? No time to waste. Babel must be informed about the details of this incident. Gazelle will check the status of a Nom on our behalf. Yeah, that's the other thing. If anything, I feel like Kazil is in more danger than ever. The one thing that Priestess needs back is the original Originium. Which means her sights are set on Kazdel. That's where we're keeping it. Remember to tell Wishadel that the doctor recommends exercising maximum caution in reviewing the use of that piece of Originium. Don't worry. Doctor already hammered in the point. I'll be going then. You're not saying goodbye to the others. They've got plenty to do as things stand. It's just one thing about what happened to Dr. Kelsey. Should we tell Babel? Tell Wishadel first. She'll want to know. Let her decide whether to tell the others. I trust her on this. What happened to Dr. Kelsey? What happened with her absence? You guys are avoiding the term death. I see you, Hypergriff. You guys are avoiding the elephant in the room. 15%. Tracking you down was an easy closure. What's going on with that thing that I asked? We've got Nova Volsini's response. New batch of medical equipment will be shipped through their port. The engineering department is expecting to complete the construction of the medical lab that you requested in 3 days. Good. The medical center should be ready to accept patients in that case. Kelsey bought this plate a long time ago. It's much bigger than the old Rhodes Island, and it's much more like an island. Upgrade? We had an upgrade? It's bigger than original Rhodes? Okay. Oh, is that? I get it now. That's why we got the base upgrade out of beta. Ahahaha, I see, Hypergriff. Very funny. That's why we got the base expansion. I get it. It's going to take some time for things to go back to the way they were before. Don't worry, I've made things modular from the get-go this time, which should make future upgrades much easier. Ooh, tease that we might get even more expansions to the base. Yes, please. For 6 years, we've still had the same production rate of materials and XP since year 1, even though we've added hundreds of operators into the game. Would be great if the rate fucking increased if we added more rooms. Just saying, Hypergriff. One more thing. About her office. Just rebuild it the way it was. Medical will maintain it. Bro, they are not hiding it. They're like, keep it the way it is. You never know. Keep her office the way it is. You never know. You know, this really is going to take getting used to. I'll help the doctor and Amia with the administrative stuff as much as I can while she's gone. While she's gone! While she's gone? That's an implication that she's not gone permanently, dog. 12%. I don't want to disappoint her. I'll help with things in medical. Did the doctor and Amia talk to you about recovering the other modules? Of course. They're very energetic about it. Everything is progressing smoothly. But it will take some time to fully rebuild Rhodes Island. Retrieving the original equipment, building supply channels, restoring communications with local branches, external PR, debriefing, returning operators. List of things that need to be done just goes on and on. Which reminds me about that patient, Chloe. I've sent someone to Londinium office to locate her family. The paper that Chloe and I were co-authoring is almost complete. It will be submitted to all major medical journals on Terra. Her sacrifice has helped achieve a true breakthrough in the research of Originium's mutative properties and the resulting new symptoms of oropathy. Yeah, oropathy is mutated now. We're dealing with the new strain of oropathy that can just turn people into carriers, asymptomatic carriers. Oh, that's great. Progress into getting to Enfield where oropathy is asymptomatic. I must bring this to the attention of more professionals and make sure that her memory lives on in the minds of the people. Yes, we couldn't have done it without her. One casualty, and it was a patient. Well, yeah, one casualty. I still refuse to accept Kelsey as a casualty. Closure rubs her eyes. Overwork is bad for you. Yeah, the doctor told me not to push myself too far, but trying to paralyze yourself with work may do the job for a while, but you'll eventually end up harming yourself. Doctor's advice. All of Rhodes Island is my responsibility now. Besides, Kelsey had even more on her plate. Then come to medical one of these days. I'll get you checked up. Your blood doesn't even smell of machine oil these days. HR is telling me to keep an eye on you. Okay, thanks. Are the doctor and Mia still observing monster in that forest of yours? Hey, yo? Did you just say forest? As in Originium forest? Wait, hey, yo? Yeah. I still think it should be done on the ship. I can provide support. Wait. The Originium forest is a physical thing in our world? This new Rhodes Island can't afford to take risks. I think that priestess may have tampered with what Kelsey left behind. No one knows. Uninhabited area near the ship? Ayo? The rain seems to be getting heavier. You prop up your coat, shielding Amiya from the sudden shower. The edge of Amiya's skirt is already wet, but she does not seem concerned. She is fully focused on the grass field as a short distance away. Wrapped in Kelsey's clothing, the black crystal emanates a dark, flowing green light. It is rather inconspicuous in the dark and wet surroundings. The light is appearing more and more frequently in these recent days. It's almost time. There are no apparent changes in the surrounding Originium. Maybe Monster has not been affected by Priestess. You wait and watch, fighting to suppress your hope for a miracle. For the past month, Amiya has accompanied you on your regular trips to monitor the status of the crystal. You all need some time to process what happened. And you cannot help but hope that the next time you come, that she will be waiting here for you. Doctor, look! Spoke too soon. He's about to hatch. Complex veins meander across the hard surface of the dark green crystal. It sinks into the ground, then a highly regular shard begins growing, spreading into numerous branches. The branches continue to grow until they come to a halt at some point, as though someone cut it off its end with scissors. A tree? In this lush forest, the green crystal on the grass seems to become one with the land as though it was always there. That's not quite what Theresa witnessed. The crystal does not stop growing. The branches increase in number, expanding like the verdant crown of a tree. The veins grow ever more complex and varied. Can you tell what those veins represent? They're all interconnected in a fluid cycle. It's a particular way of storing data. Storing data? Kal'tsit's fate, Kal'tsit's memory. Kal'tsit's life. The myriad branches once again merge together, forming a massive cocoon. All possibilities collapse into one reality. The symbiont that had been by Kal'tsit's side ever since she awoke will continue to carry on her hope even after she is gone. It is both a burden and a gift. Besides, she never had a choice. This was a power that she was born with. The Gemini cycle? 20%. You hear an unfamiliar voice. Kal'tsit. And thus, she was formed. The rain caresses her palms. An everyday natural phenomenon, so alien to her sensations. She smells the grass, touches the cold rain. She instinctively puts on the clothes in her hands. Kal'tsit's clothes. Kal'tsit. She calls Kal'tsit's name in uncertainty. Kal'tsit had always been by her side. She had never been alone before. No new symbiont has emerged to watch over her. Only the two of you in the distance. She looks up blankly at the sky, trying to process all the memories she possesses. All the memories that belong to AMA 10. 30%. The memories that belong to Kal'tsit. She recalls her last memory. On that familiar deck, she fought side by side with Kal'tsit against Priestess. You gave me freedom. I can see your memories. All of them. But I can't sense your presence anymore. Kal'tsit, your name, a name that I loved so much. But it belongs only to you. My name is Monster. You gave me this name. Don't fade to black on me. Don't. Okay. Don't just end the chapter right there. These clothes. Did Closure prepare them for me? Not quite the perfect fit. Shocked Pikachu face. Why are you looking at me like that, Doctor? Monster. You transitioned! You mime out the shape of the monster that you know, much larger than the figure in front of you. It's me, Doctor. Do you feel anything unusual? What? No, I don't think so. Do you remember what happened? I faced Priestess together with Kal'tsit, my maker. Then I lost her. They really are avoiding the term. You and Amiya fall silent. This is not the outcome you expected, though it is undoubtedly a miracle. People were avoiding saying that Kal'tsit is dead because she thought she would revive from the monster crystal? Nah, that's too fast. They're gonna bring her back as an altar in like 3 years. We gotta set up the stakes. The biggest bad on Terra is here. We gotta lose a character. But because it's a gacha game, they're probably not gonna be permanent, so. She'll be back. 30%. Where are we? Near New Rhodes Island. New Rhodes Island. We lost the old one in the chaos. Priestess sealed it in Originium. What? That's Priestess's doing. Doctor, does Monster feel a little weird? It's like she's getting used to her new body? I don't sense anything abnormal with her emotions. What happened to Priestess? We're not sure. Rhodes Island is completely encased in originium, making it nearly impossible to penetrate. Wow! An endgame! Gee, that's our end goal now! You mean to tell me that the closure of this conflict has yet to occur? We're gonna hold it off until we've developed a couple more storylines and characters? Man. We're keeping it under observation until we've fully prepared for our next move. Kal'tsit's left behind some important information, but my mind is a mess and I need your help. Of course, but we'll need to get you checked out at the new base first. This is important for your own health and for the safety of Rhodes Island. You'll need to keep a low profile until we fully understand what's going on with you. Right now, there are still a lot of operators hoping that we'll bring Dr. Kal'tsit home. Give them some time and give us some time. I'm sorry, Monster. I understand. Kal'tsit would have approved of your decision. I'll cooperate with you fully. Say, can I consider myself a Rhodes Island operator now? Just like Kal'tsit. I asked Kal'tsit so many times before, but she kept coming up with excuses to refuse me. I mean, you could only communicate with her back then. Well, now you have a mouth and vocal cords. Do you agree with Rhodes Island's ideals? Of course. Well, I can't say I don't have any misgivings about the present situation, but I've never doubted Kal'tsit. Rhodes Island will never turn away a friend who has always been on our side. Monster, you know how many times you protected me these past few years. Welcome back, Operator Monster. Doctor, where are you going? Oh, are we finally mourning her? Give the doctor some space for a while, Monster. Meanwhile, in the new headquarters. So you're sure there were no other issues, Dr. Warfarin? I've conducted a full examination of Monster under her guidance. I didn't find any traces of Priestess's influence. But Monster and Kal'tsit were always full of secrets. There's a lot of research that I want to try. Kal'tsit was never so cooperative with the exams. But I have a paper to write. You're not going to review the information Kal'tsit left with us? I'd love to, but not now. This is a moment for Dr. and Amiya to share. I can wait for a better time. Take good care of her, Doctor. I was surprised by Monster's frankness when I was with her. She may have all of Kal'tsit's memories, but it's hard for me to treat them as the same person. She's more blunt. You watch Monster curiously fiddling with the command center equipment as Amiya explains her the additions to the newly rebuilt room. She is very different from Kal'tsit, but they have the same strong, resolute eyes. We'll take good care of her, Warfarin. Come find me if you need anything, Monster. Which begs the question, how does M3 form? Or whether that's an older form of Monster in Enfield. Ooh, the intrigue! We'll get to it when we get to it. Doctor, Amiya said that the command system hasn't been fully restored. Are we still using Zoot? The fuck you mean we're working on a new PRTS? Bro, it's because of the gameplay. It's like, if we're gonna continue forward with the gameplay still using the PRTS system, fine, we need to recreate it. Fine, we're not using Zoot anymore, that was temporary. Zoot sounded stupid either way. But deciphering the PRTS source code has proven to be a challenge. I can help. Since Kal'tsit broke through her limit, I'm unable to decipher the associated code. Restoring the command system is a priority for our future operations. Great, that's one headache gone. I'll ask Closure to do something about it. For now, I won't give up on searching for any messages Kal'tsit might have left. Retrieving memory log. Validating integrity. Memory log restored. Validating timestamp. Attendant AMA 10. Symbiont Memory conversion complete. Reading restricted log. Huh. If you've accessed this log, that means you're free. You're not just Kelsey's symbiont anymore, nor are you a vehicle of the AMA-10 cycle. Kelsey. Dr. Kelsey. I wonder what name you will choose. Will you keep the name Kelsey? I like this name, but it belongs to you. Monster, I choose the name you gave me. To be honest, I don't want you to have to carry the burden represented by this name. Someone gave me the freedom to seek the meaning of life. You deserve the same chance. Go forth and find the meaning of your life. Let your heart answer for yourself your expectations for this land. Is it hope or destruction? I'm sorry that I can't be with you anymore until you've found the answer. I have so many questions. Monster remembers the questions that Warfen raised her while examining her. Why choose a similar form to Kelsey instead of something more efficient and resilient? Why hide your claws so that others will not fear you? Why have you chosen to remain human? I don't know, I just chose it on instinct. There are many answers that come to my lips, but I just can't find the right words. I can't think like you, Kelsey. Too much information, too many memories. My mind is a mess. I want to find a way to bring you back, but you will never doubt your own decision. We've walked the centuries together. I know full well you already know the answer. You just need some time to understand yourself. Keep moving forward. Voice stops. You and Amiya do not want to disturb. You can feel Amiya trying to hold her emotions back too. You step closer to her to give her comfort. Doctor, I feel the same way. This is for the doctor and Amiya? Doctor and Amiya, I tried to envision circumstances under which you will hear this recording. I hope you don't find this baffling. The destruction of Rhodes Island was not unexpected. We face a foe far stronger than any that we've faced before. I have failed. Your war has only just begun. Increasingly active Originium will bring new challenges. More pain, more suffering, more hatred, more war. Remember the mission of Rhodes Island. Gather the strength of the operators scattered across Terra. You will need unity, consolidated force. This war is one of all Terra. She's always been like this. There's always a plan B, isn't there? Is this all she had to say in the end? Sensing your emotions, Amiya grips your hand. Doctor? I'm fine. It's okay, Doctor. If it hurts, say so. I won't touch your emotions without permission, but I want to share the burden. Are you alright, Monster? We're good. 70% we're good. The girl does not waver. She's focused on the databank before her, searching for something. A massive amount of data scrolls before her eyes, and her gaze grows intent. There's so much. She left so much data that I never got to access. Maybe there's a way. It's possible. There is a way, Doctor. Bro, we already know. Brother! 30%! We can bring Kelsey back. No shit, dog! This company doesn't have the balls to permanently kill off a playable character. You only got me 30% of the way there into believing this shit. Reading restricted log unknown. She'll be back in 3 years and we're gonna get an altar of Kal'tsit. I mean, it's obvious, right? For the finale of this arc, Kal'tsit's gonna come back to help us as in our darkest time of need. It writes itself. For now, allow me to call you by the name that we chose together. Monster. People pour love into life and long for salvation, whether in hope or fear. That's why they choose to pray to gods that they've never seen. That life may never end. But how could it come true? Even the most tired river must eventually flow into the ocean. When the final moment comes, when sun and moon and stars fade, when the swaying waves no longer murmur, when all sound and sights are gone, when the colors of winter and spring are no more and the boundary of night and day blurs, and only eternal slumber in endless night remains. It was a poem that my maker read to me when we were lying upon the frozen earth, both exhausted from playing. Eternal life is destined to be eternally lonely. I've known how it feels. I'm sure you too can walk alone. Monster. If this were any other character, if this were an NPC, I would be bawling my eyes out right now. It's still an emotional moment. It still hits hard in context. Within the situation itself, in the present. However, we know. Time to end the event. 1521, where the land and the fragment belong. We walk towards the edge of an unknown future and embrace each other in fading echoes of the past. Hold up, just to make sure. There is no after this, right? Okay, that is the after. Here we go! 1521. Where's my meanwhile with Hierda? We're gonna leave it for the final fade to black? Okay, sure. I wanna see my time-traveling, dimension-hopping bunny girl. We set that up in PV4. I guess we're gonna leave it as a stinger for the end of this event. The auditorium is... Huh? Is this not the place? You're back too. Who is this? Oh, it's Alana. The auditorium's this way. Follow me. I came back as soon as I got word from the messenger. So many people, it's like everybody's back. The internal layouts, it's being continuously improved, but people still get lost all the time. We're going to put more signs up. I couldn't believe it when I first heard HQ was being moved to a nomadic plate. Didn't even have the access level to find out what exactly happened in the incident. We're keeping it under wraps. Kelsey just went on a vacation. She just went out to grab some milk. All I heard is something about Originium. The ship was abandoned and everyone evacuated. No need to worry. Like the doctor said, we'll dig the old ship out. Eventually, when we get there for the finale of this saga. But first, gotta head to Ursus. Gotta head to Ursus with the Ursus girls. Also, Reunion. That's also where they're headed. Episode 16? I need my babushka furry woman. I saw me on my way here. I asked about Dr. Kal'tsit. She didn't go into details, only told me not to worry. Yeah. There you go, Arknights community. Don't worry about it. Give it 3 years. Where I got the chance to comfort her. Oh my god, Red, where have you been? Siracusa? Red still harbors hope. She is hiding in the shadows in a corner, the bag holding her baby tooth in her pocket. Kal'tsit does have a lot of daughters on Rhodes Island. She raised a lot of daughters in her time on Rhodes Island. Fallenik, Red, Not Warfaren. Warfaren's probably the oldest of her daughters. She's still like a couple 100 years old. Closure. Red wanted to sneak it into Kelsey's pocket when she came back, but it was someone else who did. She wants to hear about Kelsey today. She knows that the Doctor and Monster have been working on something in secret. Ooh. What could that be? Dr. Warfaren? I thought it was the Doctor's presentation. No need to look so nervous. I'm simply here to give a talk on a paper. Medical department's routine. Doctor is currently busy with something else, and there is no one more suited than I. This paper was co-authored by one of my patients, by the name of Chloe. In the recent incident on Rhodes Island, she helped us complete a critical piece of oropathy research. Not only did this research turn the tides at the time, it also provides guidance for every medical worker with an interest in oropathy moving forward. Usually this is a time when I talk about the authors, their biographies, their achievements. When it comes down to Chloe, however, I'm not sure where to start. Bro, she's the one casualty that we had in this event. Well, technically 30%. That's my max. That's where we're ending it. Her resume is a large blank sheet. To be honest, I hardly took any interest in her past in the 3 years that I cared for her. I only left a few comments in her file. Oropathy patient from Victoria. Not always diligent about following doctor's instructions. Makes atrocious noises in the ward with her handmade clocks. She was the one who proposed the key hypothesis of the experiment and the one who provided a precious sample. The sample was herself. She asked me to harm her in order to obtain more accurate data from the objective changes that occurred to her. Few of the operators at the presentation have ever seen Dr. Warfaren so serious. More than a few thought about sneaking out quietly at first, when they found out that she was the one presenting. At the end, however, they all stayed, out of respect to Chloe's sacrifice, and because they all wanted to know what exactly happened to Rhodes Island. As their doctor, I could not approve of her choice. As a member of Rhodes Island, however, I'm indebted to her courage. We're mourning Chloe. Meanwhile, back at Hierda. Unless, hold up. We're transitioning from the scene with Warfaren to the monolith. Her condition was unusual, special. Perhaps she had the chance to escape the despair of oropathy, to live on in another way. Oh! Yo! Are we seeing the beginnings of the Reconvener project? It's because Hierda was technically the first Reconvener that we got. If we don't count Ascalon from when she fought Theresis, technically the very first Reconvener we've seen in Arknights is officially Hierda. Perhaps she could have escaped death. Fine, Hypergriff. You have all the setup you need to bring back Frost Nova for Enfield, Gilberta for Enfield. Yeah, okay, man. Fine. Plant the seeds. Okay, dog. Meanwhile, back at the monolith. I've made my choice. Ascalon doesn't count because she's more of a memory. You want to go back to the land that belonged to you? Yes. You know what this means. You will face death once again. Death has always been the conclusion to life. In this place, I've seen so many gods that I can't even fathom, and I learned so much from them. I want to go back and tell my people. I don't know about that. That seems like... that seems a bit revolutionary to tell the peasantry, I've met the gods! But okay, sure. The end may be destined, but they do not need to live in fear of death and disintegration. Perhaps I can soothe the fear that Originium brings them. I guess? How will you... What role will you play in this saga here, You're the first reconvener that we've had in Arknights, if we don't count Gilberta, because she's in the fucking future. Is this all you want? Yes. The goddess looks at Priestess with firm eyes. The Miracle Maker takes her hand. Come with me, then. I will take you home. Is there anything here that you will miss? The goddess shakes her head. What? You're not even gonna miss Ray Distorter? I'd miss Ray Distorter. I won't miss the presence, though. The presence freaks me out. It acts too much like Mulesys. Will I ever get to see you again? When the apocalypse comes. I'm not a prophet. I can't see your future. Priestess takes the goddess's hand, and they walk into the shadow of the megastructure. They walk towards the silent conclusion of countless civilizations, the cradle of New Hope. Our joint research has validated a key conclusion. A change is occurring to Originium, the nature of which we have yet to ascertain. It has already had a certain chain effect on our patients. Yeah, they're asymptomatic now. We have empirically demonstrated the existence of new symptoms of oropathy for the first time since the large-scale infection incident in Victoria 3 years ago. This will take Terra's oropathy research into a new direction. Whether this is for the better or for the worse remains to be seen as we continue to accumulate case studies and data. And she's back. The goddess smells wind and sand as her eyes adjust to the light. There is no doubt about it. This is her Terra. She is home. You just joined the stream and got freaked out when you heard me speaking for the characters? What's up? We're about to end the chapter. A lot of bullshit went on. They got me believing 30% that Kelsey might be dead. Nah, I know how Hypergriff operates. Kelsey's not dead. She'll be back in 3 years when we get her altar for the finale of the saga. No way, dog. Hypergriff doesn't kill playable characters. I still believe that in my bones. She can still feel the warmth in her hand, but she is alone. You're gone. I can't believe there's someone else in this forsaken place. Wait, who's this? Seek help from her. She looks even weaker than us. Who is this? I know it hurts. I'll find help. Wait for me. Hang in there. The goddess sees someone run towards her frantically. Huh? Wait a minute! I almost thought it was the same bunny girl from Ray's event. Nah. It's just a generic sprite that they use for the Australians. You don't know what's happening? You literally just started Arknights. You're in chapter 1 right now. Well, welcome to Arknights, first of all. This is very deep into the story, and I suggest that you tune out. I appreciate you. I welcome you to the community. This probably won't be for you. There's a lot of huge things happening right now. There's a lot of cinema going on. Huge revelations about the future of the game and whatnot. I'm trying to pull out my Australian accent again, but I haven't workshopped it in a long time, so I'm not gonna try right now. There's a lot of spoilerin' happening. It's a spicy spoilers happening. You got here after seeing the anime? Cool. I still have to get to actually finishing season 3 of the anime. I've put it off for so long. I haven't watched season 3 yet. Would you happen to have any suppressants? It looks like you're infected too. Uh-oh. The miner grabs Hirda's hand like a drowning man grasps at a straw. She does not have any suppressants, nor does she know how to contact the nearest hospital. Ooh. But she does have forbidden knowledge. Ooh. I can smell the scent of a prophet forming. But she does not want to take hope away from her brethren. Uh-oh. Is there any trouble? You could take me there. Maybe I can help. Ooh, she has them forbidden knowledge. Maybe. Thank you so much. My brother's over there. He's gonna try her best to help out other infected people on Terra. Curious where that'll lead her. Gerda is stunned by what she sees as they hurry around the hills. A massive originium crystal is stuck in between the walls of a vast canyon. Gerda can see something sealed within the crystal. Huh. A ship. Oh, it's Rhodes Island. What is that? We found a new vein here and we wanted to give it a try before we registered it. They're discovering Rhodes Island! I don't think you should mess with that mountain. Might be a bad idea. There are monsters inside. I mean, look at how rich the color is. Besides, there might be something even more valuable within. Ooh, that's a bad idea. But listen, there's something not right with this place. It's like something's watching us. And my brother got infected from a wound he picked up in an accident. Ah! It looks really bad. You know as well as I do that he's about to disintegrate. There's nothing that can be done. I can't just leave him here. We have 13 siblings waiting for us at home. Only people on Terra, I swear. Listen to me. Run away as far as possible. But don't look back. Run. I've dealt with this before. Leave it to me. Go. I'm about to die. Unless... What are you gonna tell him? She's trying to get her out of here so she could do something with this infected guy. You're okay with spoilers unless there's something really big going on? It's the biggest thing going on. It is enormous. This chapter is covering all the secrets that are not meant to be seen by innocent young eyes. I understand your pain. I know that the terror overtakes us when the light fades from our eyes. I've been there. I'm about to die. All I can do is walk with you to the end. The goddess holds the hardened hand of the dying, trying to give him one last sliver of warmth. Should you leave the stream? It's your first time watching the stream? I'd prefer it if you leave the stream. I wouldn't want to ruin... Honestly, I'd feel bad if you spoiled yourself watching this stream. I appreciate you stopping by. I'd like your Arknights experience to be wholesome. To be unspoiled. But that's just me. I appreciate your presence, though. May your pain be eased, even just a little. My pain? It's gone! Oh no. Oh no. The goddess does not understand what happened. The rocks are still spreading on the body of the dying, but the color of the black rocks becomes increasingly pure, and they begin to glow orange. Oh no. This is a mutation. This is the new oropathy mutation that makes oropathy asymptomatic. Huh. Rocks. So normal oropathy is black stones. Asymptomatic oropathy is orange stones. I'm gonna need to check out the Enfield character designs all over again. Did they plan for this? Is this a One Piece foreshadowing? Have a nice stream. See ya. Thanks for stopping by the way. Good luck on your Arknights journey if you stay up to where we're at. How did you do that? Oh my... Okay, maybe this might not be a good idea. This is... Oh my god. This is not good. What the hell? He got that rumbussy on his head. They don't hurt anymore. Why? This is not the asymptomatic mutation that Warfarin was talking about. This is... Ooh, this is Priestess's involvement. It's a blessing. It's a curse. Yeah, this is definitely not the mutation. This is not the quote-unquote naturally occurring mutation that we've seen so far. If anything about Originium is natural at this point, this has obviously something to do with Priestess. The shocked man tries to move and finds that movement comes naturally, as though the accident never happened. Except for the Originium that continues to grow. Perhaps there will come a day when it replaces his flesh and blood in its entirety. Wait. No! Yo! I just remember... I remembered what some of the enemies in Enfield look like. I remember what they look like! Hold up! No shot! Well, even in the far future, we're gonna have to deal with Priestess and whatever is going on that's being set up right here, right now, because, you, sir, are gonna become a daily enemy that will have to go through a dungeon for our weapon leveling materials. Oh, boy. Oh, shit. Huge revelations happening. Perhaps there will come a day when it replaces his flesh and blood in its entirety. Perhaps, what will become of him when that day comes? I feel myself recovering. Oh, this is amazing. Have I been freed from death? There are things worse than death. He looks at the goddess girl only to see the same shocked expression in her eyes. Did you grant my wish, or is it... Meanwhile, Ascalon. She does not see the one she wants to see, but catches a glimpse of a figure on a distant peak gazing at them. The figure turns around and leaves. Gotta report it back to the boss. This is a huge development. The rumbussies are multiplying outside the ship. Priestess is exerting influence. Again, we'll have to deal with her eventually. Also, we gotta re-excavate Rhodes Island. The abyss is still in there. Paper means a lot to me personally. Chloe's efforts reminded me why Rhodes Island exists, and why Kal'tsit is committed to our path. Unlike any period in its history, Rhodes Island today is not only a pharmaceutical company that fights the pain brought by Oripathy. It must deal with the Originium problem at the source too. We brought hope to those who had lost it. In turn, they repay us with hope. This paper is Rhodes Island's salute to Chloe, and a promise on our part. Promise to Kal'tsit. You arrive after Warfarin's speech has concluded. Late as ever. Thanks for doing the presentation on my behalf. I was busy, heating instant noodles. Chloe deserved to be honored. She was a patient who saved her doctor. You look happy. Are you done on your end? We made progress. On what? Yep, Dr. Warfarin. With Monster's help, we managed to identify some key pieces of information in the vast amounts of data that Dr. Kal'tsit left behind. You mean... Let Monster tell you herself. Dr. Warfarin, I found a way! My connection to her was severed, but her bioidentification signals and neuron data are still stored inside my brain. Which means... Plus the neural network I had shared with her, in theory, all we'll need is a life support device powerful enough to... Slow down. What exactly are you getting at? What I mean is, although it's purely theoretical possibility, by using the power of the sarcophagus, we can bring Kal'tsit back. Jesus Christ, dog. Bro, I am completely correct about Hypergriff. They can't even let us simmer in the death of Kal'tsit after one event. They barely even left 5 minutes for Shu's death to simmer before they brought her back to life. We already have a confirmation we'll bring Kal'tsit back, as if it wasn't obvious enough. But sure. Anyway, she'll be back in like 3 years when we get an altar. They're just setting it up. She won't be back anytime soon. Fine. I knew Kal'tsit wouldn't go that easily. But the sarcophagus, the one that was on Rhodes Island, there we go. That's our endgame. Yeah, there we go. The endgame has been set. Eventually, we have to strengthen ourselves so that we could retake the original Rhodes Island and get back to the sarcophagus. Because that's what we need to get her back. In 3 years, when we have our, the 10th anniversary of Arknights, Kal'tsit will come back as an altar. That's all but certain. We can't go back to Rhodes Island for a while. Yeah, no shit, dog. There's only one other sarcophagus accessible to us. One other. Where did we leave it? Not in Fristen's. No, we shut that down. Chernobog? Chernobog or Path of Life? I forgot where the other sarcophagus was. I need to remind myself sooner or later. Ursus. Oh, yeah, Ursus. Thanks. We're going back to Chernobog. Fuck, we're going back to Chernobog! That's why they teased that scene from a while ago. It's like we've come full circle. This will not be easy. Ursus remains a dangerous place for Rhodes Island. But Kal'tsit has planned ahead and made arrangements at all our branches across Terra. Our first priority should be to restore communications with them. We'll need their help for whatever we're trying to do. We'll make contact with Ursus first, and we have the exact team that we need to get there. It is time for the Depresso Bears. For a full-on event with the Depresso Bears. Then we'll find a way to bring Kal'tsit back. Dissociative Recombination, Episode 15. They got me all the way up to believing 30% that Kal'tsit would be permanently dead. Oh, epilogue. Okay, we're getting a meanwhile with Priestess. I see you, lowlight. And I know you play FF14. Meanwhile, with a villain. So, this is what Terra looks like now. Colossal Prime Vein. That's what they're calling the piece of Originium these days. Maybe it'll be a good choice for the next step. Meanwhile, in the Abyss. The rate of Originium propagation is far below expected values. NMA-10 has been a significant hindrance. The project must be accelerated. Time is short. The evolution of this planet is taking place too slowly. More radical means are called for. She walks deeper into the Abyss, now sealed in Originium. BRTS rebooting. Reboot failed. Error. Core code missing. Error. Database missing. Search function unavailable. Looks like connection by PRTS won't be possible for now. Perhaps... Hold up. You don't know what you're doing, Doctor. It's unfortunate that you have forgotten everything. Our explorations of space, The shared pins that anchor our thoughts, and the debate that has lasted so many millennia. And your very first promise to me. Time, the most cruel of mazes. It leads us astray and separates us from each other. But I've always believed that you will once again recognize the truth of this universe and our inevitable end. I believe that you will come back to me when that time comes. I will wait. Looking a lot like the law right now. How is this gonna connect to Exia Altar's event? Oh, speak of the devil, actually.
You've led us on a long walk, Sancta. Have you decided to become a bounty hunter too?
Speak of the fucking devil, dog. We're transitioning right into the Sanctin event. Gotta address the law.
You talk too much, Sarkaz. Your fate was sealed the moment you decided to attack that innocent Syracusan caravan. It was too close to Kazdelian borders. His Holiness has encouraged upholding justice through proper means to maintain peace on the surface. It wasn't my intention. It wasn't my place to go against the rules. This place will do. You're too far from home, mercenary. You should have stayed in Kazdel and never came out of that pit of yours. Huh.
Orin raises his gun. Bang!
You missed. You. My hand should not be trembling. Yeah, you should fear me, Sarkaz. It's over. Wait. Monster! What are you?
Orin takes a questioning look at his gun and sees a shocking sight in the reflection of the gleaming metal. Did you break the law? Did you grow horns? His halo flashes frantically above his head. Dazed and confused, he looks at his reflection again, and the devil that he is about to execute. They look exactly the same. Yo, the Sanctins are reverting back to Stikaz. That's our stinger for the next limited event coming next week. And there we go. We've finished off our story reading of episode 15. And we've set up the next saga of Arknights. Rhodes Island is gone. Well, the original Rhodes Island. Rhodes Island isn't a place. It is the people. It is all of us. It is the operators. It is the doctors. However, a priestess was awakened. She's now planning the continued assimilation of Terra, still for whatever it that Oracle and Priestess feared back in the day. There's that. We got our big bad. We have our end game, but we need some time to prepare to get there. All right. Seems like we're headed into the biggest saga in all of Arknights for the main story. All of Terra is now at risk because of Priestess and the Originium program. Aside from that, Bloodline of Combat believers, we are once again vindicated. We will not be tricked by hypergryphs, sweet words into our ears. We Bloodline of Combat believers will not be tricked. We know that Kelsey has not died. We know that Hypergryph does not kill playable characters, for they have no balls. We Bloodline of Combat believers, we know we will see Kelsey yet again. Eventually, in the future. When she gets this skin, when this skin turns into a full altar, that's when we know that Kelsey will return. Probably in the finale, in the climax of this entire arc. Eventually. Anyway, that was fun! A lot of revelations in this episode. We got a lot of setup for Enfield. We got the introduction of the Reconveners. Pretty sick. aside from that, maybe we also got the introduction of the Originium-based enemies in Enfield. The ones with the rumbussies on their heads. Apparently, Hierda is now a prophet of Priestess on Terra. That's gonna be a problem. Yeah. We still haven't seen the CG of Hierda that we first saw in PV4, where we saw her shattering dimensions and shit like that. I feel like we've seen the beginnings of Hierda as a character. And eventually we might see her as a foe to Rhodes Island, as, I don't know, as an unwilling messenger, as an unwilling... Fine, we'll call her a prophet, a priestess. Somehow she's converting people to have rumbussies on their heads. Anyway, Terra's at stake. Not necessarily you think Hierda will act independently of Priestess. That she thinks she is. We won't know until we get there. So far, I'm excited about all the developments that we've had so far. Rhodes Island, we gotta rebuild. We're eventually gonna have the rebuilding event sometime soon. But before that, we gotta address the other elephant in the room. The Sanctons, some Sanctons apparently, are reverting back into TCAS. And we need Exia to step in. Limited event coming next week. Plans? Tomorrow we will be back for some more Monster Prom Sundays on this weekday. It should come out. If it comes out during this week, we'll be live for when the event comes out. We'll be pulling for Exia Altar. Next weekend, we'll begin our story reading. And then the usual. Next Saturday, same time, same place. If the event has come out, we will be doing story reading. Anyway, thank you to everyone who stopped by, chilled out in chat, and watched us read and react through episode 15 of the Arknights main theme. Kelsey is coming back. It's only a matter of time. Bloodline of Combat believers, we rise, and we never lose. Until then, my name is Nez, and thanks for watching. I'm gonna see you friendos next time. Bye-bye.